Good morning, Don in London, my long video up to 10 minutes. You can switch off at any time, obviously, and the time is 8:18 on the 13th of August 2008, and I mentioned codependence in my last sentence on my short video of the day. And for me, codependence, what is it? Well, it's an over-reliance on one person, or an over-reliance on another person, either having power over them or having their power over you. And the reason why I talk about this is that codependence is something that we can all fall into very easily. And why is because of our feelings of fear, ego, brave facing, and sometimes wanting the answer that we're looking for, the answer that we imagine is right. And one of the things I try and do in my life is either be codependent on one other person or them being codependent on me. So I always emphasize expressing opinion, feelings, solutions, problems, what is going on for you in open forum. And the reason why I say open forum, for me it's AA, the sanctuary where I can tell my truth, the truth of my feelings. And I go there every day if I can, just to check out how I am. And how do I do this? I say what's going on inside me, what I feel right now, what I imagine, and where my history has formed me into this being of now. And in the now we can do something about what's going on. We can sit and be in a problem, or we can sit and be in a solution. And the difference is worrying about how it was rather than how it is, or how it may be in the future. So the how of now, the experience of living now, it requires as much information as we can possibly get from every direction that is open and available to us, relating to anything we're trying to resolve in our own minds. And behind this is our feelings of living. And if we have learned enough about love, to love another person, to be loved back, and to have something useful to do, we're probably on the right track on a daily basis. And what I say to myself and I share with others is, every day we change a little bit, sometimes big, or sometimes just a very small increment. And that increment can be to make good the here and now, or it might be about a day ahead, or a little bit ahead, so we have some steps of change to make life work. And this is where the Fellowship of AA has a storming march on most other forms of resolving how to live, simply because it's about understanding now and the future and what the difference is. And if the difference is great, then we are probably going too far forwards. But if we can see where we're going, even if it's only for the next 10 minutes, we can make huge strides forwards in our feelings about how we're living. And so the program, which requires open, honest, willing, looking for the truth and looking for solutions, is really, really good for anybody who has fallen into a trap of insanity, that is, doing the same thing over and over again, like drinking and expecting a different result. And with drinking it's madness and insanity, because we don't get out of it, we're stuck in the problem. But if we actually get into recovery, we're now starting to live in the day, and hopefully not project too far forwards. The difficulty is we need to shed a lot of the stuff in the past, and the way of doing that is the steps of change that AA have as part of the fellowship. And these changes are about attitude and behaviour for ourselves and how we are relating to other people. And that change in attitude and behaviour is almost guaranteed if you follow the program. And I say almost because we can always fall back into old behaviour. Some of the old behaviour we have is exclusion of all others when we're trying to resolve the issues that we face, especially those around us who are close, because we have uncertainty. And for me, I know that the AA program helps me immensely through the multifaceted way it works. We have literature, we have people who come along, just ordinary people, finding their way on a daily basis. And the AA jargon is saying, stick with the winners, those people who are making life work and making the changes work. But if we actually stick with people who are comfortable and are of the same point of view, we often find that we keep on replicating old problems and old behaviour. And we have a sponsorship system in AA, and the more we get into the program and stick with the solutions, the more we are changing, and the more we can help other people change their outlooks and attitudes and behaviour too. But, and this is the danger with any program, if you rely wholly on your own thinking and feeling, or feelings and thinking. Feelings don't lie to us. Our thinking makes us think we can be this or that, rather than just being. So we have to watch out, and sponsors can do incredible good because they're keeping the process of change going, or they can keep us incredibly stuck because they're so like us we can't see the difference, and then they are secure because they offer loving friendship rather than straightforward sponsorship. And the role of a sponsor is not to be your best friend or your newfound part of your family. The sponsor's role is to help kick you into doing some changes in your attitude and behaviour, and my attitude and behaviour. So I have a grumpy old git of a sponsor who is 34 years sober today, and I dearly love him, but at the same time I take with a pinch of salt some of the things he says, because he has the wisdom of the years for himself, and I need to develop my wisdom of the day with his help, or with the help of other people in AA as well, and family, and the man on the Clapham omnibus. I need to keep an open mind about all of these things. And the reason why I'm passionate about this is it's really important that people get a broad view of their feelings and share them, so that they get a broad view of their feelings and be included back in feedback. Now, feedback is not about supporting you and sitting in a chair and saying, well, I've heard all this before. It's actually making the person see where they are now and do something about it. And there is this thing of sitting with one's feelings long enough and then it will all magically be all right is not really the solution. The solution is to know where the feelings have come from and do something different. And that is different on a daily basis, or an hourly basis, or a minute-by-minute basis. But if we have got ourselves trapped in a place where we're still going round and round the same old stuff, then we really need to think about what is going on. And that can be that our feelings are telling us it feels terrible, it feels sad, I don't want to hurt anybody, I don't know how anybody can love me. All those sorts of things can send us into that negative spiral where old feelings are re-experienced on a daily basis. And the question mark becomes, am I repeating history? Well, if I go back to my history, of course I'm going to. So the real way out is to keep on doing new things, developing a new attitude and a new behaviour. So there is a warning here for anybody who sees me as a sponsor out there. I won't be your best buddy, I'll be your sponsor and give you feedback on how you are. And the other thing is, when I'm in a loving relationship, I love a person, and I know that that person needs to find their own path. And if I try and influence it unduly, there comes codependence big time, because it's not for me to solve another person's problems for them, it's for me to help them resolve their day-to-day, their here and now, and be a part of. So why am I like this today? Well, I know in my heart that I do love a person, and I know that now I can love myself. So when I see old behaviour, it comes down to exclusion. When somebody excludes us and is using their self-reliance, they can be codependent on their old history. That's the way it's been, and that's the way it's going to be in the future. So we bring about our codependence on our old self. And if we have a sponsor who actually encourages us to sit with our old self, then I think we're in trouble. So incrementally we need to develop a new outlook. And literature in AA and also the fellowship is forever moving on. It's like an amorphous mass of people learning how to live in a solution, their own solution, based on lots of input from different parts of what we encounter. Right, so it's been tough these last couple of days. I don't know the answers. I do know that we need to get honest feedback from people and encourage a sort of open and honest response. And when we close down and look to the inner us, where history has always let us down because we're still in the problem, we need to look further afield and outwards and be right with ourselves, and also be tough-minded enough to get the right sort of information. And that's me for now, and maybe more later. I'm pretty angry this morning, but I also love carefully.